This morning, as I was doing cardio, I was thinking to myself, is any of this worth it? And I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about videos and YouTube and whatever. I was thinking about just, you feel so far from your goals sometimes. And it's like, man, I'm hungry, I'm tired. Um, I'm waking up earlier and going to bed later because of all this. Is it worth it? What's in it for me kind of thing? And am I gonna get where I want to be? And I kind of touched on this in one of my other videos about, little stuff adds up, but I'm not going that direction. What I'm thinking of is like, and again, this applies to the gym and life, and something I've had to come to grips with is you you are what you think you are. And I'm not talking about just manifesting stuff. I'm not talking about walking around thinking I'm just jacked and then I'm jacked. But if you make up your mind that something's not worth it or that something's going to fail, don't be surprised when it fails. So you might decide that you're going to go after something and you might give it your best effort. That doesn't mean automatically it's going to succeed, but you give yourself a heck of a lot more of a chance at success than if you go in with the mindset of this is a waste of time. And I've blown off too many things and I failed too many times because I've had the mindset that this isn't worth it. And I'm not doing that this time. The thought's always going to cross your mind. See, it doesn't matter if it's business, relationship, personal goals like fitness, finance, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. The mindset, if you let yourself think this isn't worth it, it's not going to be worth it because you've already told yourself it's going to fail. And so that's why a lot of times we start stuff out really enthusiastically and it falls apart. It's not that we didn't want it, it's that we didn't believe in it. So believing in it is, in my opinion, and again, this is life, not just the gym, more than half the battle. Because if you show up every day and you go, I'll never be able to do that, I'll never be able to look like that. If you go to work and you say, I'm never going to have a job like that, or I'm never going to have a business like this, I'm never going to own a house like so-and-so, I hate to say it, but you're probably right. You probably won't. But if you show up someday and you say, I might not have that house or that job or that business, but this is what I want, and I believe that I can achieve it, you're going to put in way more effort. Your chance of success absolutely skyrockets. So that's where I'm at today. That's where I was at this morning as I was doing my cardio, saying, is this worth it? Absolutely, it is worth it. Because the end goal is whatever I make it. This doesn't end until I end it. So it's like a never-ending process and journey and whatever. So it's like, I can't be like, oh, well, in 3 months, I'm not going to look like Chris Bumstead. I'm never going to look like Chris Bumstead. Get over it. Like, that's not the point. But the point is, I look a heck of a lot better than I looked 3 months ago. I'm a heck of a lot stronger than I was 3 months ago. And when I look back to where I started as a freaking scrawny ass 160 something pound teenager, I've made pretty decent progress. So I've come too far to stop. So it's worth it. That's my hype speech to get me ready to go do some squats. And should be fun. Yeah, hitting legs, squats, and then we'll go kind of hamstring focus. So we're going to hit some Romanian deadlifts, some lying leg curls. Bust it out. We'll go a little bit heavier on the leg curls. Just tear up some weight. Last couple reps will be cheat reps on those, I'm sure. But we're going to throw around the weight. And then we're going to hit some shoulders. We're going to do some lying face pulls and then some reverse dumbbell flies. So hit some rear delts today. So let's get into it. It's going to be a fun one. Did one set of 225. Felt pretty good. Pretty decent. Depth felt good. Had a little pause there on one at the end. Felt pretty good. 315 on here. It's pathetic. Again, my legs are so disproportionate to the rest of like my chest. And yeah, like I feel like my upper body feels pretty strong. At least I'm man enough to admit I just have flat out neglected legs, but that's going to be a pretty big focus moving forward. Probably the biggest focus, honestly, is going to be on building some size and strength in the legs. So we're going to do 315 here. No idea how many I'm going to get, but got to start somewhere. See how it feels. And again, squats are just one of those things I'm having to relearn how to do. I'm just, figure out what's comfortable for me and stuff as far as stance, bar positioning. I've always been like a high bar guy. It feels better to me, but I don't know. I might have better results if I went a little bit lower. But I feel like just high bar, kind of narrower stance is just more. I don't know if it's more effective, but it feels more feels a little more badass, if you know what I mean. It feels like there's nobody can accuse you of cheating. So I'd rather work my way up to heavier weights by learning how to do it the way that I'm impressed when I see other people do. So not going to see me try and cheat just to put more pounds on there, because nobody wins from that, especially not me. Wow. I'm so pathetically weak. I think last time I did legs, I said public discrimination. I need absolute ridicule. So anybody that wants to comment about the weakness, please do. I need all the motivation I can get. Wow. Bro, I know high schoolers who are doing this for like 10 reps. Oh well, we're here. We showed up. So there's been a change of plan. I was going to go and do Romanian deadlifts, but seeing how weak I am on the squat, my pressing movements, I need to just, I'm going to do leg curls, so I'm still going to hit some hamstrings, but I have got to these overall just leg movements, I got to get these down. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit some split squats. And yeah, I don't know. I know I say, and I know it, my legs are just a massive weakness of mine. And it's super frustrating, but it's not surprising. Like, I don't squat all that much. And when I have, when I say much, I mean often. I don't squat often. And when I've done it, it's been kind of half-hearted as an excuse, I think, to just, I squatted, I did legs, I can kill chest tomorrow. It's not a good way to work out. But the legs are definitely the weakness. And I think that for where I'm at right now, this will be more beneficial than RDLs will be. So that's what I'm feeling. And don't be afraid to switch up your workouts based on what you feel like you should or even want to do. Just switch things up a little bit. But for me, I think this is just more practical and more beneficial to what I need, but also to what I want right now. Oh my gosh. You know, you don't have to be strong to know that leg day is the real cardio. That felt like exactly what I need in my life right now for legs. Let's see. With the rack, we're 300 something pounds. Not crazy weight for sure, but that felt good. Whew, that felt really good. We've done 2 of 3 sets here for the lying leg curls. I switched this up. I decided to do single leg curls, just because, yeah, I just want to be able to focus more on each individual leg. I feel like there's an imbalance when I can get into my last reps. I feel like I favor one side, which can make me kind of like, you know, twist my back a little bit and kind of like into my glutes, just kind of twist it all weird. Doesn't feel like the most productive way to go about that. So I like doing them kind of alternating sometimes. Like sometimes I'll just do both legs, and then other times, you know, I'll do single leg. But I decided this time around we're gonna do single leg. So that's where we're at. And yeah, we're gonna rep this out. Last couple reps, probably gonna be a little bit ugly. Not really too worried about that. As long as we're not like gonna be effing up our back or anything like that. If they're that ugly, you got problems. Disregarding the amount of weight that I'm moving today, granted, isn't much. Nobody can say I ain't working. That's the big thing for me. It's just work. And haters always gonna hate. Doubters gonna doubt. I haven't been lifting consistently. I'm not surprised that I'm weak. Like, it doesn't surprise me. I feel like I'm capable of a certain level of strength. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what this journey's about right now. So, aside from feeling embarrassed about some of the weight I move, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm pushing it. That's the leg portion of our workout today. We're gonna hit some rear delts and wrap it up. You know the drill. Go eat dinner, drink a bunch of water, edit a video, get some sleep. Same stuff tomorrow. SSDD. If you guys haven't tried these lying face pulls, you're really missing out, because I think a lot of people have probably done, you know, standing face pulls and just kind of unsupported motions like that. This is really cool because you get all the support, which allows you to target the shoulder however you want, right? So if you wanted to lay down and bring the rope down and kick it back like this, it's going to be a totally different way of targeting the muscle than, let's say, you keep your arms perfectly straight, and then if you were to tuck them in and bring kind of like this, you're going to be hitting in here a little bit. So it's just a really cool way to be able to adjust your angle to target, you know, different parts of the muscle, which is pretty important. Like we talked about, you know, you don't just want to always hit the same muscle the same way. Even little variations can just hit it just that much different to help it out. So not any sort of crazy weight on here. We're just gonna do some more reps on this. We'll just probably go to failure on this last set here. Whew, those are nasty. Guarantee you, your rear delts are going to be burning after a set of those. And the way I was doing them a little bit, feeling them in my lower traps too a little, which is good. I like that. I like the way those feel a lot. If you haven't been trying them, or if you haven't done them, definitely try them. Well worth it. I'm supersetting these reverse flies with some calf raises. But these reverse flies are another one of those humbling exercises, kind of like the incline, chest supported rows. You can't do as much weight as you feel like you should be able to, but I really like the way that they feel. Really feel like they target the shoulders, the rear delts quite a bit. And again, some of the lower traps, which is, the last exercise I did was kind of the same sort of area. So this is good. These are good ones to pair together. That is the end of it. And, I think a lot while I work out. I think a lot in general. And as I was doing this, sometimes hits that you're, even if I'm realistic about where I'm at, still sometimes just kind of hits. So it's like, man, I'm really not very good at this, obviously. I have a long way to go. And it's easy to want to give into those voices that just tell you you're not good enough. You're not going to do it. You can't make it. But, we don't want to do that, especially, from other people for sure. But we definitely don't want to give into those voices when they're coming from ourselves. Man, this is a squeaky ass chair. I'm going to move. But overall, I'm feeling not even remotely great about the workout. But I'm feeling good about the effort that I'm putting in. I'm feeling good about what I'm doing. So that's a big part of it, is you can judge the progress to a certain extent, but you also have to be happy with yourself. And I guess if you gave it a good effort, you can't really be too pissed at yourself. I can be pissed that I'm weak and that I've been slacking for the last several years. And I'm really frustrated about that, because it's like starting over, especially on a day like today. Legs are so weak. It's just a constant reminder and just nagging voice that bro, you did this to yourself. And that's true. But there's always setbacks. There's setbacks in life. And they're not always bad setbacks. I got married, had to focus on life and career and music and all these sort of things. So not every setback is a negative thing. And that's why I'm not beating myself up. It's not like I was just sitting around letting life waste away, just intentionally being lazy. So yes, I'm disappointed in my strength levels. Yes, I feel and I do have a very, very long way to go. But I know the work that I'm putting into it. I know the work ethic that I have. And that's something nobody can take from me. People can people can laugh and ridicule you for whatever, and wherever you're at in life, whether it's the weight you push in the gym, the car you drive, the job you work. But if you're improving, why let it bother you? And that's the thing. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now, because that's not important. Where you're at right now is minimally important in the grand scheme of things. I think growing and bettering yourself is the key. That's what matters. So the fact I'm almost, 2 weeks through this cut, I haven't cheated on my diet once, not a shred of food that's not on my food prep, not a sip of a drink that's not on my diet. I've not skipped cardio at all. I haven't skipped a lift. I haven't left reps on the table when I knew I was going to try and go all out. So the motivation is there. The work is there. I'm excited to see even in 6 months, so when we get to the fat to fit day 180, I'm really curious to see the progress we've made, not just in the weight we're moving, not in body composition, but also in the mentality of it. Because right now I feel like I'm beating myself up a lot, and it's not to just try and beat myself down and be miserable about it. I think I'm being real with myself. I'm looking at what I'm doing, and I can be honest with myself and say, that's weak. That's not good. There's a long way to go. So even so, in being real with myself, it is negative. It's not me trying to just beat myself down, but it does. The truth hurts, basically, is what I'm saying. Truth hurts. So moving forward, busting ass, waking up every day, and even through the holidays, I told my wife, we've got a vacation coming up. We got some time off and stuff. I'm leaving, and I'm not worrying about employees and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not eating like crap. I'm not sleeping in and just wasting this time. I want to relax. I want to spend time together. I want to do stuff, but I'm busting tail. And the work ethic that I've got right now, it's going to be probably even more so. I'll have more energy. I'll have more motivation, more desire, well, that's not true. I have a ton of desire and a ton of drive right now, but maybe more more energy for it, more in the tank. And so I plan to train harder on my vacation. But anyway, in 3 months, hopefully we lose the weight. And then 3 months, after that, we can gain some muscle back and do it cleaner and the right way, instead of just eating all this garbage and gaining weight and starting from square one. I just go back and forth, and it's never really healthy, and I never quite get to where I want to be. And it's just been a constant battle, and then missing time and being lazy and skipping workouts and doing stuff. And I'm just rambling, I'm ranting, but, I think it's important not to listen to that negativity, to focus on the motivation and, for lack of a better word, to just grind. You just have to go after it. You just have to wake up and say, today I'm doing it. There's nothing getting in my way. Bad work, bad situations, financial problems, relationship problems, none of it's getting in my way. I can deal with that crap at a separate time. This is me time. This is where I better myself. And again, everything I say in these videos, it's not just applying to the gym. It applies to life. And I have experience in that, and I hope to be able to share my background and where I come from a little bit more. So that, maybe some of this input matters. And I don't even, maybe nobody watches this, but it's good for me to remind myself, it's good to remember where you came from, in life, whether it's your family life, your financial status, your work situation, relationships, the gym, schools, whatever, doesn't matter. None of that matters. Right now is it. It's all we've got. We've got right now. Make the best of it. And that is where, my motto is live loud. And it means the world is crushing us, trying to break us down. I'll explain this so many more times on the channel, and hopefully as I get more views, I'll keep explaining it. But this is my life motto, right? Live loud. And as the world's crushing us and silencing us, the tendency is to be silenced. The overwhelming noise, the people telling us no, we get encompassed in this little ball of negativity, fear, doubt, stress, emotion. And we get just caged and restrained, and we never live up to our potential. So the idea behind living loud is we wake up and we just go after what we want, and we make our own noise in the world. And it's not about making a noise, it's about not being silenced. I will not be silenced by other people putting me and crushing me. I will live loud. I will live the life I am going to live. I want to live. I desire to live, and I can live. That is what the meaning of live loud is. So, we're going to wrap it up, you guys. Hopefully, some of you guys made it this far. Channel's so young, feels, not worth it, but it is. It is, because it makes me do this, helps me do this, helps me express myself. So that's going to be it for this video. You guys, pick your battles, fight them hard. That's the Mackie mentality. Fight to the death for the things you want to accomplish. Don't be silenced. Live loud. See you in the next video.